Hello everybody, and welcome to your tutorials for this week's routine. We have a lot of new people this week, so I'm very excited to have you. Every single Wednesday, I post tutorials based on client feedback that we've gotten. This is my way of trying to essentially bring the studio experience or the in-person class experience into your home. So let's jump in by starting to So the first big theme I saw in questions that were coming in had to do with lower back pain when dealing with the leg series. And I'm actually really happy this question came in because it was kind of something I was anticipating, not in the way that I was making something to make your back hurt, but more in the sense that we're doing a lot of arm work that's incorporated with the legs, and that can sometimes bother the low back, specifically if you're tight, especially if you're even tight in your neck. So I'm gonna show you some options. So something you should know is that typically the higher the arms, the harder the exercise. This is just kind of a good rule of thumb in general. So if you were doing a squat and you had your hands down here, that would be a little bit more gentle than if you had your hands right here versus if you had your hands right here. Now when you take the arms all the way up, right, we're creating length in the side of the body, but that can also put some pressure on the lower back simply because it's almost like you're pulling something longer, and if it's not ready to be pulled, then maybe it's gonna start to grip. So a really good solution is to think about never taking the hands higher than the shoulders. So in the leg series, instead of doing this, right, where the hands are coming up super high, what I want you to do looks a little more something like this. Start with the hands at the shoulders, then you can still do all of the same arm motions as before, but this is going to help you feel a little bit better in the low spine, promise. If we were to apply that to the lunge series, instead of taking big circles like this, you're going to take smaller circles like this. And you can continue that idea even as you move into the side lunge portion. Let me turn. The hands can come down here. Instead of lifting them all the way up overhead, you can take the hands, maybe not even quite so low. Maybe you go from hip to shoulder in the turn. Now, the other thing that tends to happen is anytime the body is told to go down, like down in a squat, down in a lunge, the upper body, the stomach, the core, everything else thinks that it should be sinking down as well. And if that happens, it causes pain in the lower back. So this is just more like overall squat form. I want to show you what it looks like from a close-up angle. So if I'm doing squats and I'm going like this, right? See how I'm sinking as I drop? Instead, I want to think about staying lifted as I lower. So I pull up in order to go down. Side lunge series, wrong way. Right way. Ooh, you can see a difference there. If you have a bigger belly, the oblique series is probably going to be just a little bit challenging for you. And not challenging like it can't be fixed, just challenging like you have to be willing to do a different move, okay? So this is actually shown in the video. Kaylee is showing some options, but I just want to dive into it again here. So when you're laying down, instead of being, all the way up in the full move, you should work on keeping your head down on the ground. Your right knee can be soft. Pull the ribs down, focus on engaging through the abdominals, and then maybe it's just the leg that goes out and in, out and in. This is still great work. Another thing I want to say is in this routine, we are doing some up and down. You get to that bridge and it's like squat, stand, squat, plank, all of that stuff. So if you are larger in size, it may not be easy to get up and down off the ground. And in that case, I want you to genuinely know it's totally okay to not move on pace with me. So what you may have beside you is a chair or something that can help allow you to get onto the floor. And then maybe for every 1 round that we do, you're doing 2 or 3 rounds. I can't express this enough. Any movement is better than no movement at all. So come exactly as you are, do what you can do. And that is all we have for you today. Look at this sleepy face. Come on. Bye, everybody.